Hey guys, welcome to the old Ultra Runner channel. I'm your host Jay Tynert, and today I want to do an unboxing and an initial run impression video on the Altra Rivera. At least that's what I believe is in here. The Altra box, it's a good sign. It says Rivera and it says my size, men's 11.5. I chose these, they were my favorite of the colorways. They've got, I think, 5 different colorways, but I liked the blue with the blue, and it actually has like a light blue on part of the heel. Now these are somewhat similar to the Torins, but there are some differences, and I'm gonna have to give them a try and see how I like them. Now they still have the same sort of outsole. They have the Interflex grooves that allow it to flex. They're still, of course, 0 drop. The Torins are like 28 mil. The Torin Plushes are 28 millimeter in the heel, 28 millimeter in the forefoot. These are 26 millimeters, so they're slightly less thick. The biggest, there's a couple other big differences. These have an engineered mesh that is just like a soft feeling thing. Let's say the Torin it's more of a coarser, more holey mesh, but these look like they'll breathe real well. We'll see. This looks like it has a very thick tongue. I have to see how that works out. The major difference in the construction is these have the Ego midsole as opposed to Quantic. The Quantic is in the Torins. These have the Ego. These should be a little bit springier than the Quantic. Probably not as cushy feeling in a way, but a little more springy. I've had the Ego midsole in my Altra Lone Peak 5s, and I've liked it. So I'm looking forward to trying that in these. I've also enjoyed the Quantic that was in the Altra Torin Plush 4.5, but we're going to try these with the Ego midsole. And then the other thing I've heard, and I can see it, obviously, these still have the Altra, the foot-shaped toe box, but it's not as wide. So these are a bit narrower, and I really like the really wide toe boxes in Altras. So we're gonna have to see how that works out. I do run in other shoes that aren't Altras, so I don't think I will have problems unless these are really narrow. They don't look narrow. They still look fairly wide, just not as wide as most Altras. So I don't anticipate having an issue. But we'll try them out and see. It does say on the Altra website that they weigh 9.1 ounces in a men's size 9. I have size 11.5. I've got a little scale right over here that is just off camera, but let me measure it and see what it says. In my men's size 11.5, they're 9.56. So they're just a little, they actually don't even go up a whole lot, less than half an ounce, going from a men's size 9 to my 11.5. Other than that, I think they're a pretty good looking shoe. Heel counter is, it's got a little bit of support, but it's still, you can mush it down. The shoes are very flexible, at least in this direction. There is some rigidity when you twist them, but not a whole lot. Pushing on them, the durometer type test, they do push in some, but not. They don't feel like they're just going to be super soft, but they're soft, still fairly soft. And like I said, that Ego midsole is supposed to be very responsive, and it should still feel fairly soft. Anyway, I'm going to lace them up, get ready, and go from.
seem pretty cushioned. They seem like they would work for a long run. Probably not quite as cushioned just as the Torin Plushes. They're probably a little bit more responsive. I didn't really pick up the pace. It's Wednesday, the week after my 50-mile Hachi 50, which was all on concrete. So it was my first run that I've done since the Hachi 50, so I was actually taking it pretty easy, so I really didn't pick up the pace. I would say they definitely are more narrow than most Altra shoes. I think I prefer the little bit wider, but these are still plenty wide for me. I don't wear, I don't have super wide feet. If you have wide feet and that's why you wear Altras, these probably aren't the shoes for you, but they seem comfortable enough for me. The mesh, engineered mesh upper seems fairly stretchy, so it seemed pretty comfortable. I'll have to report back as to if they do work for me for long runs and if they do work for me for like a speedier session. But I'll do that in my full review when I get over 50 miles in them or so. So hope to have that ready in the next month or so. Anyway, that's all for me. And remember, keep moving.